Hey, everybody. I'm your host, Katie Scott, and welcome to the Power of Choice on YouTube. On this channel, we explore how the choices we make shape every part of our lives, from our relationships to our careers and everything in between. Every decision holds the potential to transform your world, and I'm here to help you make the most of it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. So let's dive in. Oh, you guys, over the last couple days, what I've been hearing on the social media streets is about Archwell withdrawing some of his support for this particular company. Not going to use any names. And some people got upset about that. They listen to what this person put out, the people put out that said something that didn't line up with Archwell's position, and so they withdrew some of their support, and they have every right to do that. But people got upset about that because of how the people wrote about it. In a light, of course, whenever you've done something, when you put something out there, a lot of times you're going to make it sound like you're the victim. And of course, most times, human nature, people aren't going to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. They're going to say something in a light that makes them look like they were wronged. And instead of telling the whole truth, we only know what they want us to know, right? And that's not even the point. Archwell has a right to do whatever it wants to do. But there is so much going on in this world today, with countless issues demanding our attention. It's just surprising to me how often people choose to get worked up over things that, in the grand scheme of life, are neither a heaven or a hell issue. All this chatter about Archwell Foundation, for example. Archwell has a proven track record of supporting meaningful causes and making lasting positive impact for people, making their lives better. But the moment they make a decision, they take a stand based on their own values and conscience, suddenly the sidelines fill up with critics. And we all know that's nothing new. That's the world we're living in today. Everybody got something negative to say. But when we talk about these critics, many of them, let's be honest, they don't run a foundation. They aren't actively helping anyone do anything. They aren't contributing anything but noise. Yes, Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex created Archwell, and yes, they're involved in the decision making. And that's exactly the point, right? They created it. They have every right to steer it in the direction they feel is right. That's what leadership is. That's what leaders do. You know, you guys, what's so frustrating to me, though, is how quickly people forget that others are allowed to act on their own convictions. Just because you don't agree doesn't mean it's wrong. And not only that, if you find yourself outraged or offended, try this instead. Number one, remind yourself, I don't have to like it. Number two, acknowledge, I don't have all the information. Number three, understand, there's likely more to this than what's being reported. And number four, recognize, people often shape their statements to position themselves as the victim. That's just human nature. Well, the last one is number five. Most importantly, if you feel strongly about something, go create your own platform. Go build something. Lead something. Make the decisions you believe in and be prepared for criticism. That's right. You go start your own charity or business or whatever, and then be prepared to be criticized. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. Because some people, that's where they live. They live in the realm of criticism. So the criticism will come. That's just the way of the world. Sadly, that's just the way of the world. But let's not confuse noise with wisdom. Real leadership is doing what you believe is right, even when it's unpopular. The ones who tend to make the biggest differences in helping other people. The ones who have determined for themselves in their lives that they're going to live a life of service. They're going to help people. They're going to show up and do good. These people are too focused on building something meaningful to have time to waste tearing other people down. Have you noticed? Harry and Meghan don't run around tearing people down. Whenever they have said something, my goodness, they were just speaking what happened to them. They were talking about their personal experience and what happened. They didn't single anybody out to just be mean and vicious. And they have every right to do that. And they did that when they needed to do it and walked away from it and have turned their face forward ever since. And just like I heard Prince Harry say after the book was done and after the Oprah interview, and after the docuseries, he says, me and my wife, we're moving on. And that's what they've done. But the others haven't moved on over across the pond. And so many others sprinkle around in other parts of the world who have that same mentality. One thing is for sure, the people that truly support them are not going to be swayed by anything that comes out in the media. Because if that's the case, we would have all, decided we'd be mad at Harry and Meghan when that Sophia lady, whatever her name is, came out with that whole debacle with refusing to step down from, after everybody on the board asking her to, and including the two founders, from her voluntary position, she stayed. We'd ought to get mad about that if we had listened to her version of what happened. So now people want to listen to this lady's version of what her little statement she put out. Oh, if they're going to be that way, then I don't care who it is. I'm not for people like that. Then don't be for people like that and keep it moving. If that's how you feel about it, that's okay. Go live your life. Go do what you need to do for you. I'm not jumping on that. I know what she said, but I don't have all the information. I haven't heard anything they said. Except for that's not how they see things and they're going to do something different and they have every right to do that. Real leadership, and that's all they're doing, they're leading. Real leadership is doing what you believe is right. Even when it's unpopular. That decision they made was unpopular with people, but so what? They got every right to do that. Truly, the ones who make the biggest difference in people's lives. They spend their time building. They don't spend their time criticizing. And we all need to be doing that. So if your first reaction to something you don't like or don't understand is to tear someone down, it might be time to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, what have I actually done to help someone else? What gives me the right to act as judge and jury? Am I offering the same grace and space I hope to receive? How can I grow by focusing inward instead of lashing outward? Because real growth doesn't come from criticizing others. It comes from challenging yourself. It comes from challenging yourself. People are so quick to have all these opinions about what somebody else is doing. Opinions are just that, they're opinions, and we all have one. But just because you have an opinion about something, it's not law. Your opinion is not law. It's just your opinion. Now, I can't support them anymore. Well, don't support them. I guarantee you the sun will still come out tomorrow if you decide you're not going to support. But what are you not supporting? Because somebody said something, you feel like, oh, they did them wrong, and I can't. You don't know the whole story. You know what that person that put out that statement wants you to know. And of course, they're going to color it in a way where it looks like they were wrong. One thing is for sure, if you want somebody to support you, don't say things, or I don't want to get into the specifics of that because I don't have all the information either. I don't want to be pulled into that. But this is what I know. This is what I know for sure. Harry and Meghan and Archwell Foundation have a track record of doing good. And when something negative comes up, all of us, we need to stop taking that one thing like that's supposed to erase everything good they've done. And it's not like what they're doing now isn't good. It's just that some people disagree with it. And it's okay to disagree with somebody. Because think about it, in your own family, do everybody in your family agree with everything you do and say? I guarantee you they don't. But they're not going to stop supporting you because you did something that they disagree with. That's what a child would do, not a clear-thinking, adult-minded person. We have to use our critical thinking skills. And we also have to give people the same grace and space we want people to give us. But all of this mess in the world could be settled today if everybody would treat people the way they want to be treated and give people the same grace and space they want to be given. If we would just walk in love toward each other. If we would just do what the book tells us to do. Love your neighbor as yourself. We wouldn't be in the trouble we're in now. Everything come up, but I really don't like that. I'm upset about that. They shouldn't have done that. Why? Why does that bother you so much? Did any decision they made, did Archwell make, any one of those decisions, is it personally affecting your life? Is it personally taking away anything from you in your orbit, in your world? Trust people to make decisions about their own thing, and if you don't like it, then okay, go build something. And then you make all the decisions the way you want and just wait for people to disagree with your decision because you know it's coming. But people, we can do better. We're better than this. We don't have to jump on everything and get all these hate channels and hate on people. And then what does that get you? You know how to type real fast something nasty on social media. What does that do for you? How does that help you in your everyday life? We can do better. We just have to choose better. And that's what we're talking about. That's what we're always talking about here. Is the choices you make have the ability and the power to change your life. Let's make choices that make us feel good about us. Let's start looking inward more instead of outward at what somebody else is doing. And it's good to look and see the good that people are doing and be happy about that and all of that. And we're going to see people doing things that we don't necessarily agree with, and that's okay too. I've been with my husband for 49 years. I don't agree with everything he says and does, and the same he doesn't agree with everything I say and do. And he shouldn't and I shouldn't, because we're not the same person. We're not clones. We both have our own intellect. We both think different ways about different things. We have a lot of things in common and a lot of things we don't. And we have made it work for 49 years because we got common sense. We have a disagreement. We know how to work that out. But we also understand that we feel different ways about different things, and that's okay. And that's all we're saying here today. Let's just not be so quick to jump on the bandwagon every time something comes up and then take a stand. We'll go up on that hill and we'll just unalive ourselves on that hill, taking a stand about something that has zero to do with us. And we're so sincere about it. And so many times, more times than not, sincerely wrong, but sincere. Let's just really start making the focus inward instead of outward. And when we don't like something, just ask ourselves some questions. Why? Why is that bothering you the way it is? What does that have to do with you? Is that changing your life in any way? Is that taking anything from your space? Let's just be real. That's all I have for today. Thanks so much for watching The Power of Choice. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. And share this with someone who could use a little inspiration. Your support means so much to us. You guys, I'll see you in the next video. Remember, your choice, every choice you make, has the power to change everything. Thank you so much. Until next time, goodbye, everybody.